Did you know as a member of WBGU-TV, your kids become members of our Kids Club too? Benefits include special events like Kids Extravaganza, the Fall Spooktacular, and much more.
The canal story, I think, is important to Ohio because this was the first time that Ohio really started to build a transportation system. When Ohio became a state in 1803, you've all heard the old saying, you can't get here from there. That's what Ohio was like in 1803. So by 1825, after the construction of the Erie Canal in New York, people in Ohio said, you know, if we can get to Lake Erie, then we can get to New York City by water, and we can start to make money from our agricultural products.
You could say this was the I-75 before it was I-75, because before the railroads came, all you had was roads, which were very primitive, and this was a tremendous improvement over that type of transportation, which might take a couple weeks you could do in several days. So it was a vast improvement and really opened up northwestern Ohio to settlement.
It was not only just a water transportation route, it carried cargo and freight and passengers throughout the canal system, but it also was a water power supply. So it connected communities, it connected people. It was the postal system of its time.
The significance of the mules are obviously they were, I hate to say horsepower for the boats, but they were the propellant for the boats. And mules were used primarily because if you compared a team of mules to a team of horses, a mule's mother is a horse and its father is a donkey. And it's one of those hybrids of nature that acquired the best traits of both parents. A mule can pull a canal boat about twice the distance that a team of horses could. The mules were what moved commerce in Ohio.
The canal is kind of like a magnet. It's brought people together in the city, you know, and I would imagine it's done that all through the ages with young people to come through here. The canal has been a center of recreation in St. Mary since I was a little boy. I can fondly remember as a kid going through here and fishing. Some of the best bass fishing in the entire area was right along this canal corridor. St. Mary's advertises itself as a historic canal town, and it's a tremendous asset, and we'd like to capitalize on that.
The recent development has been the restoration of Lock 13, and we continue to work on developing that. There's a clock tower behind us that was donated by a local industry. We're aggressively pursuing local industry. And the canal is still important because it provides a recreational opportunity for families. We've restored the walk and the park here that we see behind us. It's an excellent place to live, raise a family, and work also.
I think one of the things that we feel gratified for here in Piqua is the Piqua community and the larger, I think, Miami County and even West Central Ohio community has embraced this site, and this really does become a tourist destination. So we bring a lot of people from this area here. What we see many times, especially from the Piqua community, is grandparents will over the course of the summer will bring different sets of grandchildren here. We see people from all 88 counties of Ohio. We've seen at least 30 states, most of the states east of the Mississippi River, we've had people here. By coming here and riding the canal boat, looking at exhibits in the museum, interacting with our staff, people get to see what the impact was from this canal on Ohio. When the canals came through Ohio, this was the first big growth spurt in cities in Ohio. Cincinnati took off, Toledo took off, the cities here in Miami County took off because of the canal, because this brought people in. In 1 year, from the beginning of the canal in Piqua in 1837, our population doubled. So the impact of this canal was huge on Ohio, and this is one of the things that we talk about here. You know, we want to make people really aware of the fact that this place, even though it may be in West Central Ohio, the events and people that were here really had an impact on Ohio, American, and world history even. So, you know, that's why we invite people to come out, ask questions, spend as much time as they want here, and just immerse themselves in the history that happened where we are at the Johnston Farm and Indian Agency.
Scenic Stops is brought to you by WBGU-TV. Support great local programming by giving now at wbgu.org/pledge.